Hey YouTubers, just that one. I was just going to do a video for the year since it's done and over with, January 1st, 2015 today. But there's a few things that I've acquired. And those 5 pieces, and got a few heartbreaks. That was one of my first heartbreaks this year, which is like OMG, that would have been a killer. The other half would have looked anything like this, it would have been amazing. Hard to see that flicking. There you go. Ground all the way up to here. Would have been a killer. Would have been a killer Adina. Probably Madison. 16th inch thick. Low dart point. Same way. Crazy, crazy. This drill here, found that back earlier this year. I ended up acquiring this one from a local farm auction. Same way with this one here. Now let's show you this. This is I believe, agate basin out of the creek. Right down to the base, not too far from it, I would say. It's probably still 3.5 going for 4 inches long. But I'd bought these, if you could see that or not. Little, what am I at? Little micro serrations. Really cool material. Got the ear rolled off of it right there. Other than that, not too bad. It's a nice piece. It's the last one I acquired. I did a video on it. Killer drill. You know, I like the one I obviously found a whole lot more, but this old boy makes that one seem like nothing. This one is, you know, what do you say, inch and a quarter longer. But the craftsmanship on this one is just ridiculous. It's definitely one of my favorite pieces I've ever acquired on an auction. Really good farm auction. Had a ton of brokes and everything you'd expect to see. This is a nice quartzite blade. Tip's actually flint. Killer piece. It's got this little notch deal in the center of that blade. You feel it, it's almost like it feels intentional. It has a lot of good deposits down in there. Hard to say, it's almost like built like an adze, but it ain't unifaced off this side. Just getting pretty flat and diving down. Almost like the scraper into the bit or whatever. Really nice piece, $5. I got both of these here from Mr. Richard Whittle. Kayla had a half off price sale one day down there at the lake show, and I had to buy these 2 up. A little ding here and a little ding here, but that fossil ferrous looking chert, needle tip. Just killer material. Love it. That was like 20, 25 bucks. This one here was like 30, I believe. Has a funky tip, but it's all there. Just the way they sharpened it down. A little bit of creek stain on it. Real nice pink material. It's good stuff. And these are my personal finds for this year. As you see, I walk a lot of creeks. This piece here is the first thing I found back in January last year. And from there, I would say my big drill was next. Well, no, because I found this dude, and I went out on the Osage, and that's when I found that thing, and this really, really cool blunt. Which is nuts, it's still snapped off like. Found them out on the river, along with this little flint axe. Got the notches on both sides. Pretty neat, never found one like that. And then not even, maybe 3-4 months later, I found this dude. Another flint axe. Coming to the rind there. This is really cool, total back scraper. He was solid black on the side that was facing up, couldn't hardly tell. And a couple dart points. I don't know if they've been like a little kings, completely exhausted or what, but look at that strike. Running up, woo, running up the center of that bad boy right there. Crazy little dart point. And there's a big little blade I just found last Sunday. That'll be my last piece for the year. Last and first. Big old Smith. Got one ear kind of busted off, but still pretty dang nice for the creek. Thanks to Mr. Trapper taking me hunting. This is out of my creek off the old river. Nice little Dixon. This piece, I'm not really sure what it is. Got a real short, kind of wide base like that, like an Adena or something. Maybe it's got a little bit missing there. Don't really look like it though. Looks pretty cool. Really translucent style material. This little boy's got the bullseye on it. Kind of rough up here towards the tip. Got that really nice bullseye looking area there. It looks really neat. And this I found the weekend before last with the old Trapper. Both December points. Little Cobb's blade. Nice little serrations on it. Found that off the river. One of my nicer pieces for this year as far as points go. Found him out of the field. Nice little, might be an Afton, I'm not real sure. It's thin enough to be, but just don't have that big percussion flaking like the Etleys do. It's really nice made. A needle tip and a little bit missing there. So I found my first Madison this year. Got like a little spoke shave worked into the side of it. It's the only Madison I've ever found. And that broken one there is off the same site, but too bad that wasn't one hole and that one was broke, but that's how it goes. A couple little birdies, another dart point, same spot. And story on this here is I seen this chunk of pottery sticking out of the bank and I popped it out, kind of dug it out. The biggest piece of pottery I've ever found. And this was sticking out right underneath of it. I could just barely see one edge of it, so I dug it out. And it's the beginning of a rack off of a deer. So part of the antlers, maybe using that for napping or what they were doing. Dad thought that was pretty dang neat. It was all buried down in the clamshell layer with all the in the trash pit and stuff. But first and foremost here, this big dude. biggest piece of flint I've ever found, 5 1/4 inch. And you know, I've had people say that this is not a drill, just because it is a little bent. It has a little stack here, and slightly crooked, or I'm not really sure what else it would be. Just one giant spiked dagger. Like, I'm not real sure. I did dig it up, and I don't think I did this, but I very well could have took that off there. It's the only thing wrong with the whole deal. There ain't no obvious deposits on it. But really, when it come down to it, for a grainier material like it is, almost like a quartzite type stuff, real hard material, there are very, very, very few age deposits on this deed. First thing I ever dug up was my wiggle pick. 4 hours of straight digging and never even found one broken piece. But we knew the campsite was there from the material and different spalls and stuff. We really wasn't finding many tools or nothing. And then out rolled this big old boy, and I just about freaking, you could hear me gasp for air, and buddy about fell over. I'm like, no way. Like, no, I wish I could put the picture on here, but I'm not no good at editing the video and putting a picture on here when I found all these in situ, because it'd be awesome, because I've got this one in situ, and this one just rolled out of the dirt, and most of them still laying on the creek bed or the gravel bar on the river or something and whatnot. But yep, that's the year's damage. Like I say, I do buy a few pieces. Like I say, these two here and then this blade here are from really good farm auctions, and then Richard Whittle personally found both of these, and I bought them off of them at the lake show. But yep, that's what I got for you boys. And there's the old case that I was pulling some of these out of. One of my favorite Etleys, and a Rice Loeb, and jacked up Schneiders, and weird looking Smith and Hardin and whatever and whatnot. And there's still a lot of goodies in this case, but I found that back 4 or 5 years ago and got that one for free one day on a deal. Paid $2 for that Hardin, which hey, it's got a little damage there. Ears are slightly clipped off, but $2, and that's like 3.5 inches long. Killer Dixon I got off a buddy, got that off of a buddy, got that off of a buddy. That's a personal find. Acquired that dovetail. That's from a buddy, personal. That's from old Gary Taylor. Anybody got some sewing to do? I got the needle to do it. Look at this big old cobs. Ancient ding there. It's all worn smooth up here. Like they were drilling something with it or something. Killer Rice side notch. Love that point. Another killer, maybe archaic type style point. Really thin point. Really nice. Found that sticking out of the bank on the river. This point here, it's got the bow to it. That's one of my favorite points. Look how bowed this thing is. Shoot around corners. Yeah, buddy. Another Cobb's with the star in it. Just some kind of fossil. Yep. I hope you guys enjoy your year. And I hope everybody finds some killers this year. And good luck to everyone. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and good luck out there. Take her easy.